Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this video finds you well. Are you well? I hope you're well. If you're new, hello, my name is Jo and I do nail stuff. She does stuff, nail stuff, and the stuff she does with nails is what you should see me. I'm bopping around, shoulders are going, heads wobbling back and forward. Jumping straight into today's 5 easy heart designs, we're going to mostly be using your One In A Melon, Walk of Fame and Rodeo Drive from Madame Glam. And this one, we're using Hollywood as the background for this first one. You can get a whopping 30% off at Madame Glam using the link in the description and the code MISSJO30. So this is Hollywood. It's white, but it's got a very, very subtle pinky tinty to it. This nail is inspired by Folly nails, and we're going to start with, so we've cured the Hollywood, and then we're doing 2 dots that I did with a dotting tool, and then we just pull them together into a heart. Hearts are the easiest thing to do. Dot, dot, and then use a detail brush just to bring in each side of the dot towards the center, and then the same at the top, and then just fill in the gap in between. Nice and easy, although one side always seems like it's not curved enough for some reason, so I have to kind of rectify. And then I cured that, and I'm going to, I can't remember. This is it's base coat. So I haven't cured the base coat. I'm going to take these little gold dots and pop them around. I did think to do like a polka dot pattern with these before doing the hearts, but I didn't want one of the dots to maybe be poking out of a bit of the heart depending on where I put them. So I thought I'd do it this way. So I've now got the dots cured into the wet base that we put down, and I'm taking the MYLEE matte top coat and I'm topping it all in matte because we're going to leave it matte. And then we're taking no wipe top coat, the Madame Glam one, and we're going to do another heart here, which wasn't the easiest to see, but you could use a gel that works with chrome pigments. The VETTSY one I use, which do I use in this video? I don't think I do. Is good for that, the art gel liner, because that's black and you can see the colour. And this is also from VETTSY. This is one of their chrome palettes from the Magician series. Oh, will you stop, phone? I'm in the middle of something. Okay, so I'm going to go over, so I have cured the heart with the no wipe, and then we're going to go over it with some of the rose gold chrome. Well, no, sorry, pink chrome. And then I've dusted off. Don't worry too much if some of the dust is stuck to the whitish area of the nail, because we'll sort that out in a sec. So I'm topping with shiny top coat over the hearts, and where we now top the chrome heart with shiny top coat, because we've already got the matte top coat on the background, once we've cured this, we can then wipe the nail, and any sort of pigment that sort of gripped onto the background we can wipe off. And now we're taking Madame Glam's black gel paint, which doesn't need topping, and I do a really bad job of this, to be honest. I just do a really bad job. There's nothing else to say about it. This one especially, they're supposed to be balloons. Should have done the hearts bigger, but so we'll do 3 lines and then just a little bow where they join, and then I think I add something else, but yeah, the lines, I should have done the strings of the balloons maybe not as straight, but they would be straight if they're helium balloons. I don't know, I just don't like them. Do you know what I should have done? I should have done this heart here, and maybe the one on the other side at a bit of an angle so that the string didn't look weird coming out of it. And maybe I should have done the hearts bigger, but I added a little bit of white to the top corner of each heart as a little highlight so that they look shiny, even though they are shiny because we've topped them. But that's that one. We're now taking Perfect White and we'll do 2 coats. And these aren't meant to be a set. They're just different heart designs, but they are using mostly the same colours. Just I was not feeling in the mood to have a billion different things out on my desk getting messy. So I'm sticking to the same colours. And it probably looked nicer in the thumbnail as well that way. So we're going to start with another heart. So 2 dots. One of them I've brought to the centre from one side. This one I'm going beyond the centre on the left side and then curving the right side to join the elongated left side. So we get a kind of bent heart, a twisty heart. And then we'll put, so the top colour is what? Walk of Fame. And then this one is Your One in a Melon. And why does that just make me think of Miss Congeniality? Is that like a Your One in a Million? Was there, you know, the song that they're all practicing? Anyway. Yes, so we'll get one of each colour. So the top one, the Walk of Melon. No, the Walk of Melon. The Walk of Fame. Your One in a Melon, and then Rodeo Drive at the bottom. And I wanted to get these 3 on there first, sort of down the centre and bigger, so that they were sort of more apparent. If you start maybe in the top corner with this sort of design, you might end up not having... It's nice to have the main thing in the centre and then do a pattern from the centre outwards. Yes, so that the feature is in the centre. So we'll do another one at the bottom here with Rodeo Drive. Fuck me, I talk a bunch of nonsense, don't I? Oh well. And then you can flash cure as you go when you're doing this. I don't know that I did. But we're now going to fill in around it. They're kind of... The top one, I thought that was great. I thought this is going to go really well. And then I just couldn't quite get it right for the rest of them. But I think once they're all on, it's not that noticeable that they're not identical in their bendiness. So we're going to fill in all the gaps with these shapes, or part of these shapes. That one there, why I didn't curve it round the left side of that darker pink, I don't know. That was just screaming for me to do that, but I was picturing it bending the other way. So we'll just fill in the rest with quieter voices with the same thing, but just in the corner here. So this is just going to be the point of the heart. And then I was a little bit concerned as to whether I could get them all to, you know, whether the gaps that I was making were going to fit in what I wanted to fit in there in a way that didn't look weird. So I wanted to leave the sort of same thickness of white between everything. I didn't want there to be a massive gap between one and a smaller gap between another, or to put a heart down and then not have room for any part of a heart that would make any sense in a gap. So that's why at one point I switched to doing the curve, this bit, the pointy bit, the stroke with the brush before doing the dots, to try and work out where to put my dots based on where I want the heart to finish. Just stop talking about it. How are you all right? It's late. Well, it's not that late. It's the evening though. And I'm really looking forward to the fact that I've got 2 half tubs of Ben & Jerry's, which I'm going to eat both of them this evening, because my dinner was fish, a piece of fish with some sweet potato chips and what do you call them in other places? Sweet potatoes? Yams. Is that right? Am I right? I don't know. Some sweet potato chips and peas. Just fish chips and peas. The fish, no, something was very wrong with the fish, so I couldn't eat that. So I just had some sweet potato chips and peas for dinner. So I'm just going to pretend that was a snack and have Ben and Jerry's for dinner. Baked, half baked, not baked Alaska, half baked, and what's the other one I've got? Fish food, I think. So we're still doing some hearts, just filling in the gaps. And it did kind of work out okay. I think they're evenly spaced enough, and where there was a gap here, okay, that will fit a curve on. Let's put one half hump on there. And then this bit, just ignore because I end up wiping it off, but I thought I'd show you. I'm mixing a tiny bit of black in with the pinks, and I'm going to give them all a bit of shading. I don't really know what I was going for, but I ended up wiping it off. And then once I'd wiped it off, I thought, oh, maybe I should have kept it, but I didn't do it again. So I just did a line down one side. I chose to do it on the non-bent side on each one, although I should have done it picturing the light coming from one specific area, and then sort of faded it onto the other colour, and it has given it more depth. But I don't know, I didn't like the one that you saw me do. I didn't like the colour it made, so I wiped it off. But that is an idea if you want to take it a step further. Add a bit of shading to each side of the heart, to the left side of each heart, or yeah, I didn't do it in the best order. Yeah, I should have done it all to the left, no matter which side, whether that was the bent side or the not bent side. But I wiped it off. I just thought I'd show you in case you wanted to go that extra mile. And that's that one. We've topped it with a generous top coat so that we get it as I was going to say as straight a light line as possible, as it ripples on screen like a flailing tube man. So that's that one. And now we're doing another one. So we've got a white background, and I've put some base coat down again, haven't cured it, and I found these little red hearts. Just found them, no idea I had these. Found those, and I'm popping some on there. The way they sit changes, as you can see. I've cured them, and now I'm going over them with base coat, and then I'm going over them with matte top, because I want it matte, but one coat over it isn't going to be smooth enough, isn't going to seal them in enough. So do a tacky coat before putting on the next, like what's going to be our second top coat. Or you could do a no wipe top coat, give it a wipe and a buff, and then do your matte top coat just to seal them in. And then this is what I was going for, which was inspired by a picture I'd seen, but I tried this about a million times, didn't like, just wasn't happening for me. So yeah, I don't know why I'm showing you all the things that I didn't do. But yeah, so now we're just going to do some straight lines. I'm comfortable with those most of the time, although look at my brush, it's really bent. And I was thinking of those designs you see like this, where people use spider gel to make little frames around things, but oh, it's so sticky and messy, and I just wasn't in the mood. So I tried to do thin lines with the gel paint, which is achievable. And now we're going to write love. Don't think about it. Don't overthink writing tiny letters. These are probably, apart from the O, these are the easiest letters to do because they're just little straight lines. So I didn't think too much about it because I didn't want to do it 10 times. So just, oh, we're writing you as well. I love you. Love you. And then adding another line just because I don't know, why not? And because the gel paint doesn't need topping, that is that one. It would look better if I'd used spider gel instead of painting those sort of, oh, do as you're told. Painting those lines, but just sticky. We're going to do another ombre, not another ombre, an ombre. There's another one coming up. What was I saying about I wanted to touch on again? Oh yeah, so when I topped those hearts, I wanted them to be matte, but I didn't think that matte top coat would seal them in enough. They might still be raised or pokey uppy a bit. So I wanted to double top it. I don't want to double matte because that makes things a bit dull. So I used base coat because it leaves a tacky layer, which is, you know, nice and prepped for the subsequent matte. But if you don't want to use base coats, you can use a no wipe top coat or a tacky top coat. If you use a no wipe one, wipe it. No, you won't need to wipe it. Buff it just lightly after so that the matte top coat that you then put on has got something to grip to. It's not sitting on a shiny, dry, cured surface. Right, is that the first time I've rambled about that this year? Probably, it's in the second video. So we're doing an ombre. This is the second coat. I'm using the Madame Glam ombre brush. And just working from top to bottom. If I want the pink to go higher up, start from the bottom and go up. But just going side to side until you're happy. You can keep ombreing until your heart's content. But when you think, oh, that looks good, put it in the lamp. Again, don't overthink it. If you're happy with it, stop faffing. Just learn when to stop faffing. So again, I've used base coat to put some of those little hearts into a wet base coat and cured them. And I'm going to do the same again here with the, I think I'm using a base coat just to seal in the hearts, and then I'll matte top. But I do end up shiny topping this in the end, so you could skip out this step of matte topping, especially with the Madame Glam. Oh, this is inspired by Guseva nails. Guseva, I'm not sure, sorry. Yeah, the Madame Glam top coat's really creamy and thick. I love it. So I think that would be enough to seal in these hearts because they are really thin and flat. But if you've got a thinner top coat, then I maybe would have... oh no, because I was going to leave it now. Yeah, you would only have need to have gone over them once, maybe with a base coat so it's tacky. Then you can do this step and then shiny top. Oh God. I don't know if I'm making any sense whatsoever. All I'm thinking about is ice cream. So we added a little cloud and some eyes, just little U-shapes with eyelashes, loads of U-shapes there. U-shapes for the cloud, U-shapes for the eyes, straight lines for the lashes, and a U-shape for the smile. Not my best little character, but it's fine. And then I topped in shiny because I thought, let's have something in shiny. And now, breathe. Everybody just calm down, okay? It's January. Chill out. You know, January is all about like new year, new me. No, I'm not for that. February, maybe. January's it's too soon to start all this, you know, trying to be a better person. So this is Rodeo Drive and white, and we're going to ombre those together. And I will do 2 coats. Is coat in Spanish? So over here, coat, as in a coat of polish, is the same as a coat as in like a jacket. So in other countries, no, that's a ridiculous thing to think. Are words that are the same over here the same in other countries? No, why would they be? So 2 coats of polish wouldn't be dos abrigos de whatever polish is. Now we are doing some more little hearts, dotting tools to do the first dots, and then pulling them together at the sides and then in the center. Fill that in, and then we're going to do the same with Walk of Fame. And then on this nail, I was planning on just having the hearts go round the outside like 2 Trailer Park Girls, but I think I ended up just covering the whole thing. Why not? Got carried away. So we'll do these hearts, and then before we cure those, you can flash cure as you go in case. So if I'd have done that heart and not liked it, it would have been really difficult to wipe off without affecting those 3 around it. So you can flash or even full cure as you go if you want to be safe. But hearts, once you've done a few, There's not too much stress. And then we're just adding some splodges in those colours in kind of, oh, drunk baby circles. Do you remember those? Let me know in the comments if you remember drunk baby circles. So they're circles, but they're not. They're as if drawn by a drunk baby. And now we have cured that. And we're taking the black gel paint. Oh, this is the last one. Oh, I'm going to miss you guys. We're taking the black gel paint and we're not fully outlining the hearts. We're just doing sections of the hearts, outlining them. This is a kind of heart leopard print. So we'll do the same on the splodges as well. Don't go all the way around them. Leave little gaps, just like the leopards you see in the wild with their heart-shaped spots. And then just getting carried away again and adding some little circles, which are really nice to do with gel paint, because if you did a circle that small with gel polish, especially one on the top left, the first one I did, that hole in the centre would have, no, that's the wrong noise, more of a loop, you know, joined up together. It would have looped back together where the product's thick and it kind of draws into itself. And then we're adding some dots. Dots! Yay! We love dots. And then, even though that gap that's left is kind of half a heart shape unintentionally, I was picturing if I did the whole thing. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole thing. Are we? Do we? Yes, we do. So I cured that. And now we are topping with the Madame Glam No Wipe Shiny Top. Of course, of course. Again, doing it thickish. I probably could have gone a bit thicker. To try, yeah, it's a bit wiggly there. But that's that. And that is all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not a set, but just some different heart designs. I hope you like them. I really do. I know it's a bit early for Valentine's Day, but what the fuck else do I do in January? Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it so, so much. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. I do read them all. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.